Hey guys, Josh here. It's time for the answer part of the question and answer video series. You guys have given me your questions, and I'm going to go ahead and answer them now. Unlike a lot of people who was able to catch and search for reptiles at an early age, I grew up in a city, so the number of reptiles that were available was kind of slim. I do remember finding some turtles and some frogs, but for the most part nothing was kept as a pet. It wasn't until I was an adult and living on my own. I lived in an apartment where we couldn't really have a dog, so I wanted a pet of some kind. So I did some research and found that a ball python would be a good pet. Up to that point, I really hadn't had any experience with snakes, so it was sort of overcoming a fear of mine. So I went to the vet store, found one I liked, I held it, and I just was fascinated. So that was about 10 years ago. Once I got my first ball python, I started researching. Well, that's not true. I researched before I bought the snake, but I started really getting into the I guess the community as far as that goes. This was back in 2002, so there weren't very many mutations available yet. The big thing was the lesser and the Mojave projects. The leucistic hadn't been hatched out yet, so it was quite a while ago. But yeah, that's how it got started. Well, really all you need to do is have a male snake and a female snake and put them together. Really, it depends on the species you're working with. Ball pythons are pretty simple. There are some species which are much more difficult to acclimate and to breed successfully. I'm not really sure how to answer that question. I'm not sure if you meant as far as a larger scale or the technicalities as far as how to do it. So, sorry, I can't really answer this question very well. Pricing on ball pythons to me is sometimes illogical. People will buy a snake for, let's just say, $1,000 one season, and the next season they'll produce babies and put them on the market for $500. To me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, there's naturally going to be a reduction of price because there's more supply, more available. But to automatically start offering the following season at half price, I believe, is a business mistake. I think maybe offering at 90 or 80% of what they were previously going for, and if the market won't sustain those prices, then gradually lowering them until we find the proper price point. Now, as far as making money, there are many breeders out there that are making a significant amount of money. But you're not going to make money buying a spider and a pastel and producing bumblebees. What you need to do is invest into some higher-end projects that when you produce babies, each baby will be worth more. If I produce 10 clutches of pastel to bumblebee, I might get 30 bumblebees. But each bumblebee is only going for $400. You're not going to make as much as if, say, a coral glow. You get 10 clutches of coral glows, you make 30 coral glows. Well, each one is going to be many thousands of dollars for you. So the amount of money it takes to raise a snake is the same regardless of the mutation. So a coral glow costs just as much to raise as a normal, as far as food and bedding and heat and electricity and all that stuff. If you're properly taking care of your animals, it costs the exact same amount to raise a snake. So investing in higher end mutations will result in making more money, obviously. As of right now, no, I have not produced any any brand new world's first mutations. Only had one clutch this past season, so didn't hit anything good there. Had more of my females gone, especially with coral glow, yes, I would have had some world's firsts, but as it is now, I was beaten to it, so can't say that. But next season, I do have some pairings plans that could potentially produce some world firsts, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what the genes do when they interact with each other. So keep an eye on the channel. I will definitely be posting more updates when that happens. For the most part, my family is pretty supportive. I know I have some family members that are afraid of snakes, and they say things like, "Oh, we'll never." Well, they say it in jest, but they say they'll never come to our house, or they'll never walk into the snake room, or whatever. But oddly enough, most people that have said that do end up coming to the house end up visiting the snake room. So that's great, because a lot of people, once they actually see the snakes and are able to see them up close and personal and see how they behave, they're really not afraid anymore. And I've had quite a few people that were terrified of snakes come in and actually end up holding a snake. So, and not just family members, it's friends too. But when I first started, I did get a lot of questions, especially since my wife was pregnant with our second child. I got a lot of questions like, "Oh, aren't you afraid the snakes will hurt the baby?" and "Won't the snakes eat the baby?" and silly things like that. But that's mainly from ignorance. People don't know any better. They were raised to be fearful of snakes, and they just don't know. But for the most part, my family and friends have been supportive. So. Really, it depends on what your goals are. If you want to make more money quickly, then you want to invest in codome stuff. If you are more interested in taking a couple years and producing some projects that will keep their value longer, I would say go into recessive stuff. Personally, I did a combination of the two. I have a lot of codome stuff, but I also have a lot of recessive stuff. Right now, if I had to suggest a male, I would suggest getting a male with Orange Dream in it, or Inchy. I think those two genes are game changers, and I think they're going to be very necessary for the hot new stuff that's going to be coming out in the next few years. As far as females go, if you can afford it, I would get some single gene females, Mojaves, Lessers, spiders, the lower end stuff, but those will always be good, solid females. And recessive stuff, pieds are always good bet, and clowns definitely. But again, to get visuals, they'll cost you a little bit more. But you could always start with hets and upgrade as you produce and sell your visuals. Well, this is my personal collection. These are all the reptiles I have in my house, so you guys get to see what I got. First BP morph was the bumblebee and the blue-eyed leucistic that I did in the first unboxing videos. So there you go. Well, I no longer breed my own rodents. Some friends of mine have started a rodent breeding company, and they produce more than I need and when they need, and they're selling to other people, and it's just easier to have the rats delivered to me than to raise them myself. It cuts down a lot on my cleaning time, not to mention it's just a lot easier. But when I was breeding, I would say yeah, about one breeder female rat to each snake is a good rule. When you're hatching babies, I would say you want a few more females because the baby snakes eat. Should feed them at least every 5 days. I feed mine every 2 times a week until they hit about 300-400 grams. But for the most part, yeah, one rodent female for each snake. For right now, we're strictly focusing on ball pythons. I named the company Cape Fear Constrictors because I didn't want to restrict myself to just ball pythons. But for the immediate future and for the foreseeable future, we'll be exclusively working with ball pythons. There are a lot of other species I'm interested in. I'd love to get some green tree pythons. Maybe some of the super dwarf retics. I don't think I'd ever get into the big snakes, but I do think they're awesome, and I'd love to work with them at some point. But probably not at any time in the foreseeable future. That's a tough question to answer. You know, I browse the forums each season and see all the really cool stuff that's coming out, and it changes. Each season brings new combinations and even new base mutations that are so cool that I don't think I could really pick just one as a favorite. I guess that would be more for mutation. As far as reptiles, obviously ball pythons are my favorite. That's what I've chosen to work with. I don't have extensive experience with any other species, but there you have it. Again, like I said in the last question, it changes. You know, and I love all sorts of different combos, from the bumblebee until the inchy coral blues. You know, the crazy stuff that Kevin's producing over at Nerd, the 6-7 gene combos, they're amazing. I don't think I could just pick one. But yeah, definitely anything with coral glow in it is high on the list. So I hope to produce some really cool stuff with that coming up in the next few seasons. Before starting Cape Fear Constrictors, and then still now, it was my day job. I was a software developer. I am a software developer, so that's what I do. The name Cape Fear Constrictors came from, it's pretty simple. I live right off the Cape Fear River in Wilmington, North Carolina. So just incorporating that into the name I thought was cool, and you know, Cape Fear Constrictors, I thought it had a cool ring to it. So I just came up with that one night and went with it. Right now I believe I have 85 snakes in my collection. It's been a little while since I've done an updated count. I've added a good number of snakes this past few months, so it could be off, but I believe it's about 85 snakes. Probably 65 to 70 females and the rest males. For the most part, yes, I do. When I go on vacation, I have someone that stays at the house and watches them for me. But as far as the everyday maintenance, cleaning and feeding and all that stuff, yeah, I take care of that all myself. My son likes to help. Occasionally, he comes down and keeps me company. But yeah, I don't have any hired help or anything like that right now. I already answered this question earlier. I can't really pick favorites. You know, well, I guess I could pick a few favorites. The Coral Glow Clown is one of my favorites. I really love those, and I can't wait to produce my own. I like the pretty much any clown combo. The killer clowns, the pastel clowns, the lesser pastel clowns. Clowns is one of my favorite mutations, so any combination with those I really like. The new leopard clown, the firefly clown, all cool stuff in my book. I like, you know, let me think. You know, anything with the coral glow stuff in it's cool. I'm really digging the blackhead stuff that's coming out. Some of that stuff coming from Ralph Davis is just mind-boggling. So I think that's really cool. Yeah. I think that one's easier to answer. Clowns, coral glow, and I'd probably have to say piebald. Those are my three favorite base mutations. To be honest, I think I'm going to keep a lot of those to myself because I hope to produce some really cool worlds first. But I'm looking forward to, obviously the coral glow combinations. I just got a GHI, so the GHI combinations, a hidden gene Woma. Looking forward to producing my own soul suckers and things like that, the Infernos. I'm really looking forward to getting some more Orange Dream into my collection, so some Orange Dream. I'm excited about everything. I'm looking forward to next season, and I'm really psyched about what I'm going to be producing. That's pretty simple. A blackhead project. Like I said earlier, the stuff coming out of Ralph Davis's pairings are really cool. I think that's going to be a popular project going forward, just because the results are so awesome. So yeah, the blackhead. This was the most popular question, and I kind of anticipated it would be. Obviously, I have invested a lot of money into my company. That came from the past 7 years of owning my own software company. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into it. A lot of saving, a lot of dreaming. Yeah, I just had a successful software company, and I took some of the proceeds from that, some of my savings, a good significant part of my savings actually, and invested it with the hope that Cape Fear Constrictors would work out, and I could have two viable companies instead of just one. Not to mention, obviously, that I love working with the snakes, and this has been a dream of mine for the past 10 years that I've finally been able to fund and have the time and resources to be able to pull it off. So I'm really excited, and I think the next few years is going to just be phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to producing babies, getting my name out there, and just being a huge part of, as big a part as I can of the ball python community and marketplace. So, well, I hope I answered all your questions satisfactorily. I'll probably do this maybe once a year or so. I just wanted to give back to my subscribers, sort of interact with you guys. It's not something I do a whole lot other than answering comments and emails, but I hope you like this. I hope you enjoyed listening to my answers. I don't know how interesting they actually were, but yeah, let me know what you think. I appreciate all the feedback I get, all the input, questions, comments, everything. I love interacting with you guys. So please, yeah, let me know what you think. Please visit our website, capefearconstrictors.com. If you like the video, click the like button. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, if you want to see more. And as always, thanks for watching.